You've been chosen. The angels have called you to a higher purpose, and now you're walking a path that many dream of but few dare to tread. But here's the catch: this divine mission doesn't come without its challenges. In fact, there are specific traps that can derail even the most dedicated souls, no matter how strong their faith may be. And these aren't your typical setbacks. No, these are the sneaky, deceptive forces that can pull you away from your sacred mission when you least expect it. What if I told you that most of the obstacles you'll face aren't from the outside world at all, but from within? What if I shared that your greatest enemy on this journey isn't an external force, but something much more insidious? Your own choices, your ego, and your unwillingness to embrace humility. Sounds a bit startling, doesn't it? But here's the truth. Unless you learn how to spot these traps, you could easily find yourself drifting far off course, losing sight of the divine calling that once burned brightly within you. Now, don't worry, you're not alone in this. As you continue reading, I'm going to reveal exactly what these traps are and how to avoid them. By understanding and overcoming these hidden dangers, you will stay aligned with your mission and remain steadfast in fulfilling the divine purpose you've been chosen for. Ready to take your journey to the next level? Let's dive in. Being chosen to walk the spiritual path is no small feat. It's like being handed a map to a treasure, but this treasure comes with its own set of responsibilities. The chosen ones, those called to serve and fulfill divine purposes, often find themselves bearing a weight that others may not understand. It's not just about blessings, it's about carrying the mantle of responsibility. Angels and divine beings guide the chosen, but they also require them to step up, face challenges, and honor their calling with humility. It's a path paved with sacrifices, but it's one that offers great rewards for those who rise to the occasion. The journey isn't all smooth sailing. With the privilege of being chosen comes the immense pressure of living up to the divine expectations. This isn't a light task. The Bible teaches us that those who are called to fulfill a mission must do so with integrity, faith, and perseverance. In times of doubt, it's easy to question the purpose or whether one is truly fit for the task. But the very fact that you've been chosen means that you've been equipped with everything you need: guidance, inner strength, and the divine will to succeed. So, when the going gets tough, remember that the responsibility you carry is a testament to your spiritual potential. However, this responsibility doesn't just manifest in big moments. It's in the little decisions too. It's the quiet prayer in the morning, the kindness shown to others without seeking recognition, and the willingness to serve without a hidden agenda. The chosen ones are often tested in ways that others might not see. Yet these small acts of responsibility are what build the foundation for greater missions. The more you answer the call with sincerity and grace, the more the divine will entrust you with. The Bible speaks of the faithful being trusted with more as they prove themselves. One might wonder how to handle the weight of this responsibility without feeling overwhelmed. The key is remembering that you are never truly alone on this journey. The angels are always by your side, ready to offer support and strength. Don't hesitate to pray for guidance when the load feels heavy. These divine beings don't just guide, they shield, empower, and uplift you. The responsibility becomes lighter when you acknowledge that you are never carrying it alone. In the end, being chosen is a privilege that comes with the promise of divine assistance at every step. At the same time, it's crucial to remember that this responsibility is not about personal glory. It's not about being recognized or praised for your efforts. It's about fulfilling your mission with love, humility, and service to others. The Bible encourages us to be humble in our service, to seek not our own gain, but the well-being of others. The more you understand this, the more the path will unfold with clarity and grace. The angels are there, reminding you that the true reward lies not in recognition, but in the fulfillment of your mission. Yet, as much as responsibility comes with blessings, it can also bring challenges. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, when you wonder if you're capable of fulfilling your mission. But this doubt is not a sign of weakness. It's an invitation to lean more into your faith, your connection with the divine, and the angels who are guiding you. Each challenge is an opportunity for growth, a way for you to refine your purpose and align yourself even more closely with the divine will. So, when the responsibility of being chosen feels heavy, remember, it's not a burden, it's an honor. The journey may be tough, but with prayer, faith, and the guidance of angels, you will rise to meet the challenges that come your way. The responsibility you bear is a testament to the divine trust in you, and with each step you take in faith, you draw closer to fulfilling your higher purpose. And yet, there's so much more to learn as you walk this path. The path of the chosen is often a lonely one, and that's something many don't anticipate. It's easy to imagine being surrounded by support, encouragement, and guidance as you walk this spiritual journey. However, the reality is that spiritual growth frequently requires solitude. This loneliness isn't something to be feared or avoided. It's actually a sacred space where deep connection with the divine can occur. It's during these quiet moments that the angels draw closer, and you can truly feel the presence of the Bible's teachings resonating within your soul. In moments of isolation, it's common to question why this path seems so solitary. But consider this: the chosen ones are often called to a higher purpose that others may not understand, and that can create a gap between them and the world around them. This feeling of separation is not a punishment, it's an opportunity for personal evolution. In the silence, you can hear God's whispers more clearly, and the angel's guidance becomes more apparent. While the world may seem distant, this is precisely the time when your connection to the divine can deepen, bringing you closer to fulfilling your mission. The key to thriving in this solitude is to embrace it. Loneliness on the spiritual path isn't about being abandoned. It's about creating space for transformation. When you pray during these quiet moments, you allow your soul to expand and your connection to the divine to flourish. The angels are always present, even when you don't feel them. The Bible encourages us to seek God in stillness, to trust that He is with us even in times of solitude. So when the loneliness feels overwhelming, remember that it's a sacred part of the process that ultimately leads to greater spiritual strength. Being alone doesn't mean being without support. When you feel like there's no one to turn to, turn inward. The angels, ever watchful, are by your side, waiting for you to seek their guidance. Your prayers act as an invitation for their assistance. It's in the stillness of solitude that you can hear their answers. The Bible often speaks of the importance of seeking God's presence in quiet places. This is where you're invited to tap into your inner wisdom, your divine strength, and your true purpose, far beyond what the external world can provide. The challenge of loneliness, however, can sometimes cloud your perception, making you doubt your worth or your mission. This is where spiritual maturity comes in. You must learn to see loneliness not as something to escape, but as a fertile ground for growth. The angels aren't distant. They're right there, encouraging you to embrace your journey. The feeling of isolation is temporary, but the growth that comes from it lasts forever. Your connection to the divine strengthens when you learn to walk this path alone, but not lonely. There will be moments when loneliness feels like an overwhelming weight, and in those times, you might question if you're on the right path. But trust that these moments are part of the divine plan. The Bible teaches us that trials and solitude bring us closer to God. And just like any test of faith, this is a challenge that refines you. The angels walk with you, even when the path is quiet. Through prayer, through listening to their gentle whispers, you'll find the strength to carry on, knowing that the loneliness you feel is temporary and part of your spiritual growth. Ultimately, this solitude is an invitation to reconnect with your true self, to listen to the inner wisdom that God has gifted you, and to grow in your relationship with the divine. The loneliness isn't a punishment, it's a sacred opportunity to be molded into the person you're meant to become. Embrace this solitude, because it's leading you towards something far greater. But remember, as you'll soon see, there are moments when it's easy to stray from this path. It's easy to get distracted along the spiritual journey, especially when life's pressures come crashing in. For the chosen ones, the path is often dotted with moments of uncertainty, tempting distractions, and subtle detours. It can be tough to recognize when you're straying from your purpose, but it's crucial to stay vigilant. The angels, always watching over you, send subtle signs to help you realign with your true calling. However, it's up to you to notice them. That nudge, that feeling in your heart, is often the divine's way of reminding you that you've wandered off course. When you feel lost or disconnected, it's time to take a step back and reflect. The Bible teaches that moments of spiritual drift often occur when external influences begin to drown out your inner voice. These distractions, be it material concerns, unhealthy relationships, or the noise of the world, can cloud your judgment and pull you away from your sacred purpose. But don't panic. Straying from your path isn't the end. It's simply a call to realign. In these times, it's essential to pray, to reconnect with your inner self, and to ask the angels for guidance to bring you back to the path. Sometimes, the signs that you're straying are subtle but profound. A lingering sense of unease, an inability to focus on your mission, or a growing disconnection from your faith are all indicators that you may be moving away from your true purpose. The angels are always there, ready to help you regain focus and clarity. But it's your responsibility to recognize these moments of spiritual drift. When you notice these signs, take a moment to stop, pray, and seek divine guidance. The Bible reminds us that if we draw near to God, He will draw near to us, guiding us back to the right path. It's natural for external pressures to pull you in different directions. But remember, your purpose is always calling you back. The key to recognizing when you're straying is to stay attuned to your spiritual center. Practice mindfulness and prayer to stay grounded in your purpose. The angels offer their support, but you must listen. When you feel disconnected or distant, take time to reflect and ask for help. Realign with your true mission and let go of anything that no longer serves your higher purpose. In moments of confusion, or when life's distractions become overwhelming, the ego can also make it hard to see when you're straying. The ego loves to convince us that we're in control and that we know best. It often presents itself as self-confidence, power, or even the desire to be recognized. But these distractions from the ego can lead you off course, far away from your true mission. Recognizing when the ego is in the driver's seat is vital in staying aligned with your divine purpose. The angels are there to help you shed this false sense of control and return to humility. The important thing is to not get discouraged. Straying from the path is a part of the journey. It's how we grow. It's in these moments of drift that we learn to tune back into the divine, to deepen our trust, and to listen more closely to the angel's guidance. Take a deep breath, acknowledge your detour, and gently realign. The Bible encourages us to trust in God's plan, knowing that, even when we stray, His love remains steadfast. With every return to the path, we grow stronger, wiser, and more aligned with our true calling. Eventually, recognizing when you're straying will become second nature. It will be easier to notice the signs, to feel the subtle pull of divine guidance, and to redirect yourself back onto the path of your purpose. But as you'll soon discover, the ego is just one of many hurdles to overcome on this journey, and it can often disguise itself in ways you don't expect. The ego is a tricky thing, and for the chosen ones, it can be one of the most dangerous obstacles to overcome. It often masquerades as confidence, power, or knowledge, leading you to believe you are in control of your destiny. But the ego's true purpose isn't to empower you, it's to distance you from your true self, and, ultimately, from your divine mission. It convinces you that you have all the answers, that you no longer need divine help, or that your path is about personal glory. But when the ego is in control, it blinds you to the humility and grace that the spiritual journey demands. When you feel your confidence shifting into arrogance, or your desire for recognition growing stronger, it's time to pause and reflect. The Bible teaches that pride comes before a fall, and this is especially true on the spiritual path. The ego convinces you that you're the one doing all the work, that your efforts alone have brought you to this point. But in reality, it's the divine guidance, the angel's support, and your connection with the divine that make everything possible. When you lose sight of this, the ego can lead you astray. One of the greatest challenges of the ego is how it disguises itself. It doesn't always look like arrogance. Sometimes it presents itself as a desire for growth or self-improvement. For example, you may think you're striving to become more knowledgeable or to help others. But if it's driven by the need for validation or control, that's the ego at play. The angels are there to help you see the difference between genuine spiritual growth and the hollow pursuit of ego-driven goals. It's essential to keep your intentions pure, for only then can you serve your purpose with love and humility. Recognizing the ego's influence requires constant self-awareness and prayer. The angels can help illuminate the ways the ego subtly influences your actions, but you must be open to seeing it. The Bible reminds us that true greatness comes from humility, not from pride. So, whenever you feel tempted by the ego's allure, take a step back and ask yourself, is this about serving others, or is it about serving me? By keeping your focus on humility and service, you'll stay aligned with your divine purpose. The ego is not something you can easily banish. It's a part of the human experience. But learning to keep it in check is essential for walking the chosen path. The more you recognize when the ego is creeping in, the easier it becomes to gently push it aside and reconnect with the divine. Remember, true strength comes from humility, and it's in this humility that the angels find joy in guiding you. When you allow them to take the lead, rather than your own ego, the path becomes clearer and more fulfilling. While it's easy to get caught up in the desire for recognition, the real reward lies in fulfilling your divine mission with love and dedication. The ego can't offer that; it can only offer fleeting satisfaction. So, let go of the need to be seen or praised, and instead, focus on being a vessel for the divine. This doesn't mean you won't face temptations along the way, but with prayer, humility, and the support of your angels, you'll continue to stay grounded in your true purpose. The ego will always be there, but you have the power to keep it from steering you off course. As you'll soon see, the key to this spiritual journey is humility. But that humility must be rooted in a deep understanding of your dependence on divine guidance, not your own efforts. Let the angels show you how to serve without seeking recognition, how to walk in faith, and how to overcome the ego's false promises of power and control. Humility will be your shield, and with it, you'll continue to walk the path with love and devotion. Humility is one of the cornerstones of the chosen path. It's not just about being modest or self-effacing, it's about recognizing that, without the divine, none of this would be possible. The angels are ever present, guiding you, but they do so with the understanding that your mission is bigger than any one individual. Humility isn't about thinking less of yourself. It's about thinking of yourself less. It's understanding that, no matter how skilled, knowledgeable, or successful you become, you are always reliant on divine support. Without this awareness, your mission becomes distorted, and you risk falling into the traps of the ego, pride, and self-sufficiency. The Bible teaches us that true greatness comes through service to others. When you embrace humility, you open yourself up to serving with love, compassion, and dedication, without seeking personal gain. Humility allows you to be an instrument of the divine, and through this, your work becomes far greater than you ever could have imagined on your own. It's a paradox when you let go of the need to control and let divine will guide you. You unlock your true potential. The angels help you see that your success is not yours alone. It's the result of divine grace working through you. In practical terms, humility means constantly checking your motivations. Are you seeking to help others out of a genuine desire to serve? Or is there a hidden need for validation or recognition? When you pray with humility, you invite divine guidance and strength to do the work. The angels remind you that your mission isn't about proving yourself. It's about fulfilling the purpose you were chosen for. This understanding leads to a deep sense of peace, knowing that you're walking the path you were destined for, not because you're special, but because you were chosen. Humility also means being willing to ask for help. It's about recognizing that no matter how much knowledge you have, there's always room for growth. The angels are more than willing to guide you, but you must be open to their wisdom. Sometimes, we become so caught up in our own journey that we forget we're not meant to walk it alone. Humility allows you to reach out, whether through prayer, reflection, or seeking counsel from those who can offer a fresh perspective. By doing so, you honor your divine purpose and remain grounded in your mission. Moreover, humility helps you remain connected to your true self. It prevents you from getting lost in the desire for external success or approval. The Bible tells us that God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. When you embrace humility, you create a space where the angels can work through you most powerfully. This is the foundation of spiritual strength. When you acknowledge that it's not about you, but about the divine working through you, everything falls into place. Your mission becomes clearer, and your path becomes illuminated. As you grow in humility, you'll notice how much lighter the burden becomes. The weight of pride, self-doubt, and fear will lift, and you'll find that true fulfillment lies in service, not in recognition. The angels walk with you in this process, helping you stay grounded and focused. When you pray with humility, you open yourself up to receiving the divine guidance that will lead you to success, not the kind that comes from worldly recognition, but the kind that aligns with your highest calling. By embracing humility, you will not only find greater peace, but also gain a deeper understanding of your mission. The journey is long, and challenges will arise, but humility will be the anchor that keeps you grounded in your true purpose. It's essential to remember that the journey is not about you. It's about fulfilling the mission that God has set before you. Humility will guide you to see this, and it will lead you to a greater connection with the divine. And as you'll soon discover, challenges will arise that test this humility. The spiritual path is rarely smooth, and for those chosen, the road is often filled with tests and trials designed to strengthen your resolve. These challenges, while difficult, serve a higher purpose. They are not meant to break you, but to shape you into the person you are meant to become. Each trial, whether external or internal, is an opportunity for growth. The angels are always there, watching over you, offering support and guidance, but it's up to you to rise to the occasion. The Bible teaches us that trials refine us, much like fire refines gold, purifying us and preparing us for greater things. Sometimes, challenges come in the form of hardships or external pressures. Life may throw obstacles your way: financial struggles, health issues, or emotional burdens that feel overwhelming. But it's important to remember that these are not signs of failure. They are tests of faith, strength, and resilience. The angels remind you that you are not alone in these moments. When you pray during times of struggle, you invite divine strength to carry you through. Each test you face is a chance to deepen your trust in the divine and to learn how to persevere. Other times, the challenges are more subtle, taking the form of internal struggle, self-doubt, confusion, or fear. These can be just as difficult, if not more so, than external hardships. The ego may rear its head, trying to convince you that you're not strong enough or worthy enough to carry out your mission. But it's in these moments of inner turmoil that you must lean into your faith. Prayer, along with the guidance of the angels, can help you navigate these dark moments. When you trust that the challenges are part of a greater divine plan, you begin to see them not as obstacles, but as stepping stones on your spiritual journey. It's easy to want to avoid pain and discomfort, but the truth is that growth often happens in the most uncomfortable places. The Bible teaches that suffering can produce perseverance, and perseverance produces character. These tests are opportunities for you to develop spiritual muscles that will serve you for the rest of your life. The angels walk beside you through each challenge, offering guidance and support when you need it most. Trust that every trial is meant to strengthen you, helping you evolve into the person you need to be to fulfill your mission. What makes these challenges even more difficult is the temptation to give up when things get tough. It's easy to become discouraged when the road ahead seems insurmountable. But the key is to remember that these trials are not punishments, they are part of your sacred mission. When you feel weary, take a moment to pray and reconnect with your purpose. The angels will help you see beyond the immediate struggle and remind you that your journey is not in vain. With each trial you face and overcome, you move one step closer to fulfilling your divine purpose. There is no challenge too great that you cannot overcome with the help of the divine. The spiritual journey is not about avoiding challenges. It's about learning to face them with grace, strength, and humility. The angels remind you that you have all the tools you need to navigate these tests, and with prayer and trust, you will emerge stronger. As you move through each trial, you gain new insights, refine your faith, and grow in your ability to serve others. These challenges are the divine's way of preparing you for the next step in your journey. The more you face and overcome these tests, the more you will see how they align with your greater mission. The challenges you face now will eventually seem small in comparison to the purpose you are destined to fulfill. And as you continue to grow, the angels will be there every step of the way, helping you navigate each challenge with faith and resilience. The tests will keep coming, but so will your strength to overcome them. Each trial is not just a test of endurance, but of your trust in the divine and the path you've been chosen to walk. True spiritual strength comes not from personal effort or determination, but from a deep and abiding connection with the divine. The chosen ones often face incredible challenges, yet their strength doesn't come from their own power. It flows from their relationship with the divine, with the angels, and from a faith that surpasses understanding. It's not about how strong you appear to the outside world, but how anchored you are in your spiritual foundation. When you remain rooted in prayer and trust in the divine plan, your strength becomes unshakable, no matter what storms may come your way. You might wonder, how do I tap into this strength? The answer lies in consistent prayer, consistent faith, and consistent connection with the divine. It's easy to feel drained when you're facing life's battles, but when you pray and lean on divine guidance, you replenish your spiritual reserves. The Bible teaches that in our weakness, God's strength is made perfect. When you acknowledge your limitations and surrender your will to the divine, you invite a greater strength into your life. The angels, ever watchful, are there to help you tap into that strength whenever you need it. Spiritual strength isn't about avoiding pain or hardship. It's about having the resilience to endure it. When faced with trials, you may feel the temptation to give up or question your path. But this is when you must dig deeper into your faith. The angels will help you find the courage to keep going, reminding you that each trial is a step toward fulfilling your sacred mission. You may not see the full picture yet, but trust that every challenge serves a higher purpose and contributes to your spiritual growth. It's easy to think that spiritual strength means being constantly upbeat and positive. But true strength often looks like quiet perseverance. When you're struggling, it's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to feel like you can't go on. But in those moments, the angels whisper to you, reminding you of your divine purpose and helping you stay grounded in your faith. True strength is shown in the ability to keep moving forward, even when the way is unclear. It's about holding on to your purpose, even when the road ahead feels uncertain. The spiritual strength of the chosen one is also found in their ability to stay focused on their mission. Distractions and temptations may pull you off course, but the strength to return to your purpose comes from your connection to the divine. Prayer, reflection, and surrender allow you to realign with your divine mission, no matter how far you may have strayed. And every time you realign, you build even more spiritual strength, preparing yourself for the next challenge that lies ahead. In moments of weakness, remember that spiritual strength is not about doing everything on your own. The angels are there to lift you up, offering guidance and protection when you need it most. You are not alone in your journey, and your connection with the divine is your greatest source of strength. The more you nurture this connection, the more powerful you will become in fulfilling your purpose. True strength doesn't come from self-reliance. It comes from recognizing that you are part of a greater divine plan. And when you align with it, you will always have the strength you need. As you continue to grow in spiritual strength, you'll find that the challenges you once thought insurmountable will become opportunities for further growth. Each test, each trial, will no longer feel like a burden but a chance to deepen your connection to the divine and strengthen your resolve. With each step, you'll find that your spiritual strength becomes more rooted, more unwavering. And as you walk this path, you'll realize that the true strength lies not in your own efforts, but in the love and guidance of the divine, who will never leave your side. You've learned about the 5 traps that can steer you away from your sacred mission. But here's the real question. Will you apply this knowledge? The road ahead will not always be easy, but with the wisdom you've gained, you now have the tools to stay on track. As you continue on your spiritual journey, remember that the divine is with you every step of the way, guiding you, supporting you, and reminding you of your higher purpose. Think about the last challenge you faced. Did you fall into any of these traps? Did you allow your ego or distractions to pull you off course? If so, it's never too late to realign. Take action now, pray. Seek divine guidance, and remain humble. The more you integrate these lessons into your life, the more you will see transformation unfold. Are you ready to embrace your mission fully? To trust in the divine and push past the distractions and temptations? Share your thoughts with us below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights on how to stay focused on your sacred path. Activate notifications so you don't miss any of the tools, wisdom, and guidance you need to fulfill your purpose. Your journey is just beginning, and it's time to step forward with confidence and grace.